Yo guys, welcome back to the Transfer Daily YouTube channel where we are bringing you back with the latest updates from the transfer market. And bear with me with this one because I am currently got a bad throat. So anyway, getting straight into it, and it is Everton. So Everton, one of the top targets this summer is to bring in a new striker. And Liam Delap was a player who they were prepared to trigger the £30 million release clause with this summer. But Delap chose Chelsea, so Everton are prepared to spend important money on a new striker. And one option we can say is Tieno Barry from Villarreal. We know Villarreal signed him last summer from Basel, and he has had a great opening season for Villarreal. And Barry is one of the top targets for a new striker after Everton missed out on signing Liam Delap. And if Everton decide to accelerate the move for Barry, because currently there's no contacts, etc., they are prepared to trigger the €40 million release clause for Barry. So it's one to watch, but one of the top options for Everton this summer is to sign a new striker with Tieno Barry. One to watch in the next days and weeks. So then, Napoli, one of their top priorities is to sign a new centre-back this summer with Federico Gatti, an option. Also Giorgio Scalvini as one of the top targets. But also Sam Beukema from Bologna. And Beukema is a player who I've talked about over the last 6 to 7 months as one who is almost certain to leave this summer from Bologna. And he is one of those top 3 options for Napoli. And Napoli have had discussions with the player, and Beukema has already said yes to a Napoli move. So now it's down to Napoli to try and negotiate with Bologna, and talks have taken place, but they're not at the advanced stage at the moment. So discussions are ongoing between Bologna and Napoli, and I'm expecting them to continue after Beukema has given the green light to a move. But there is no agreement on personal terms yet between Beukema and Napoli, but they aren't expected to be an issue at the moment. So Beukema is really open to a move, and as I've just said, he's one of the top 3 options for a new centre-back for Napoli this summer. So definitely one to watch in the next days, because Napoli want a new centre-back. So then Victor Osimhen, who I said earlier on this week that he's a name we're going to talk about a lot, and he's featured in almost every video this week, and it is that he has turned down Al-Hilal. So we know Al-Hilal pushing as he was a top striker option. They prepared to spend over €40 million net per season for Osimhen's wage, and also there was no issues with an agreement on Napoli, as they were prepared to have an agreement. Well, they did have an agreement in place with Napoli, and Al-Hilal scheduled medical tests, etc., because he wanted Osimhen to sign this weekend preferably. But Victor Osimhen is informed today that he will not be joining Al-Hilal. So next up is for Al-Hilal. Al-Hilal do want a striker, but it remains to be seen if they'll make a bid for a striker before the Club World Cup starts and the transfer window ends on the 10th of June. So let's wait and see for if Al-Hilal decide to make a bid for a striker out there. At the moment, I don't have any names for you. And for Victor Osimhen, Galatasaray is still pushing as the race is open. So new clubs might make a move, because it was always seen as that Victor Osimhen will move to Al-Hilal. So European clubs now could make a move for Osimhen in the next days. So let's wait and see. But Victor Osimhen will not join Al-Hilal. So then Jobe Bellingham is set to join Borussia Dortmund on a permanent transfer from Sunderland. And the verbal agreement is in place, as I said in a previous video, that it's advanced talks. And we know Jobe Bellingham last week said and informed all the clubs interested, but also Sunderland, that he wants to join Borussia Dortmund. And now the verbal agreement is in place for a €38 million package in the deal, which is €33 million up fixed fee, and then €5 million in potential add-ons. And Sunderland have also managed to get a 15% sell-on clause in the deal, because they believe that Jobe Bellingham has a great ceiling. But Sunderland, for them in the transfer market now, they're expected to reinvest that money, and there is a high chance he break the record transfer fee again after signing Enzo Lafite. But for Borussia Dortmund, they managed to get one of the top priority targets in Jobe Bellingham, and as you know, there's ongoing talks with Chelsea over Bino Gittins. But next up is a medical test in the next few days. Then Jobe Bellingham will sign a 5-year deal with Borussia Dortmund, and obviously then he'll go to play the under-21s Euros with England, and then he will travel for pre-season with Borussia Dortmund. So Jobe Bellingham will become a Borussia Dortmund player. So then just a quick one on what Fabrizio Romano reported, and that is that Federico Chiesa's priority for the summer transfer window is to return to Italy, and I've seen various reports that he could stay at Liverpool, etc. But Chiesa actively looking for a move to Italy, and Italian clubs have started contacting Liverpool and the player to understand the situation, etc., the cost of a deal for and potential deal conditions for the signing of Federico Chiesa. And Chiesa has loved his time at Liverpool, but the feeling I'm getting is that Federico Chiesa, due to obviously not getting a lot of playing time, but also loving the experience, is that Federico Chiesa leaves Liverpool this summer on a permanent transfer, you'd suspect, for Chiesa. So that is what I'm expecting on that one. Movements have started with Italian clubs, as that is the priority of Federico. So Franco Mastantuono set to join Real Madrid on a permanent transfer from River Plate this summer, with a deal just happening today, and a verbal agreement is in place for a fee of 39.5 million euros, which will be paid in instalments, so Real Madrid won't activate the release clause, and Franco will sign a 6-year deal and join Real Madrid. And he will join after the Club World Cup. As I said, he'll play the Club World Cup with River Plate, and then he'll join Real Madrid in August after the Club World Cup. And as we know, it seemed like a few weeks ago PSG were going to sign him, but Real Madrid came in and had important meetings in Argentina. And it was been Franco's dream since last season, when Real Madrid were interested to join Real Madrid. So he halted the talks with PSG and closed them down, and now he will join Real Madrid this summer. And Real Madrid, final decision is expected on Nico Paz very soon, but from what I know, it's now unlikely after they signed Franco Mastantuono, is that it's unlikely that they activate the Nico Paz buyback option. So Nico Paz, interesting situation now this summer, but Franco Mastantuono will sign a 6-year deal, and all the steps are to be completed next week, all the formal steps, and then he'll become a Real Madrid player. So thank you for watching the video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.